This is a 663 Burn with a beautiful cutting on the vases and on the base. Not reminiscent of a Cambridge cutting, some cutting shop. Anything decorated in Cambridge candelabras are great. Grant Giesler has brought us a group of 7801 stems, the 2-ounce sherry, the 1.5 ounce sherry or cordial, and the 1 ounce cordial, which were also part of the 7966 line. Cambridge was very bad about numbering. The catch-all line 7801 was for pulled stems and generic drinking vessels. This comes in 2 sizes. This is the larger size. And then sometimes they'll show up in another spot with another number. And in another spot, these are called 3000 line. And this is the 4-ounce canopy cocktail and the 2.5 ounce. And then we have the hollow stem champagne. And there was a question about more than one kind. Yes, there is a heavier champagne that has cut flutes on the stem. Either one is very hard to find. And this is the cocktail or daiquiri cocktail, as they called it at one time, in Rose Point. This is very unusual. It's very unusual. We've got Richie here. This is a beautiful, beautiful inverted strawberry near-cut nut dish made out of the spoon holder. Very nice piece. Couple of the paste mold vases in ebony with the enamel decoration on them. Wonderful, wonderful Rose Point bow tie ashtray from the reopening period with Rose Point etched on the bottom. There is also a ham bone ashtray known like this with etching on the bottom. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the brie box. This is incredibly rare. This is a Rose Point brie box. It is always signed. There's an odd thing about the brie box. It's an old mold that they pulled out and put some etchings on. The quality of the glass on this is never the highest. The blank itself is just not up to par, but it's an old mold, and it looks like it hasn't been fire polished, but it doesn't really matter if it's got Rose Point on. It's a great piece. It's a great piece. Richie's brought some cullet things that he's dug. The beak to a heron flower frog in light emerald. We've never heard of the heron in color. Really cool. An amber doorknob, which is really nice because it's intact. And a really, really strange doorknob that has all been facet cut. I've not seen that before. This is a blue 2.5 inch flower frog, has the patent marks around the bottom of it. Of course, it's been dug, so it's highly oxidized, but it still has the bust-off cones on the bottom. They took a hammer and knocked these off to expose the holes for a flower frog. And that's why when you see these, they're all funny, flaky, chipped on the bottom. It's because they had these knockoffs to break off. Here is a nice whole azurite doorknob that has little flutes cut in 4 spots on it. Very nice. And a really strange oval doorknob. Again, I've never seen a whole one of these. They must have really been in the doorknob business. There's all kinds of Cambridge doorknobs. This is part of a blue butterfly wing. Yeah, whoever saw that. I think there is a bird in this color in the museum, if I remember right. And this is, I don't know. Richie? Caprice pottery. Huh. Well, it must be something they tested a mold with or a form to copy. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Something oddball caprice. This is a Crown Tuscan draped lady, 8.5-inch draped lady flower frog. They all tend to be very slaggy, salmony, orangey like this. They must have had trouble making them because they never come out absolute crown color. This is a piece from that period that has the orange, has a real strong orange tint to it. We're not sure. Apparently it's some of the first. Here are a couple pieces of collet that are Crown Tuscan slag. Pretty cool. And here's a really, really cool piece of slag that is avocado, pomona green, and Frank's blue mixed together. This is the sort of thing that Christensen Agate Marble Company did. They combined Cambridge slag colors. This is the foot of a Everglades compote or sherbet that has been outlined in blue enamel. I've seen blue enamel outline pieces. We've also seen pieces outlined in a burgundy color. This one says grass 175. I don't know, in blue enamel on the bottom of it. I don't know. This is the very, very rare dog salt shaker. This one has a replacement metal collar. These originally had some sort of a celluloid type collar, and each of the pieces are threaded, and they threaded into the collar. This is the bottom in peach blow and a lid in light emerald. These two jars are from a concern in Rochester, a private mold that Cambridge made. They were cosmetic jars. This one is in real dark amethyst, and this one's in light emerald. This one is a very plainly marked Harper Rochester on the bottom of it. Cambridge made all manner of jars and things for companies, and here's one with the bust-off still on it. Unfortunately, the private mold record book just says jar. This is a part of the head of an ivory monkey lamp that's had brown enamel fired on, and the brown enamel's eaten off of it. It's pretty cool. Here is an azurite base that I have never seen before. It's a different shape. I've seen it in black several times. Didn't realize it was Cambridge. Neat. Two Whatsits from the reopening period. One in Mardi Gras and one in the white overlay, clear with a white interior. I honestly do not know what these are. I mean, they look so much unlike Cambridge. Whether they're the pedestal base, my guess is that these are the knockoff of vases. And that's strictly a guess. That the part like this that they knocked off of it and then finished it. And I think this is the ball vase knockoff. And so this entire piece would have been cut off and destroyed, probably. And this is the white overlay that you see, white and blue overlay with controlled bubble in it at the museum. Okay, here's the Cambridge ebony paneled vase, very reminiscent of the Northwood, and we'll show you a Northwood one later. This is what we call odd green, for lack of knowing. It came out during World War II, and it's not emerald and it's not forest. It's an in-between bluey green. And for lack of knowing anything better, we just call it odd green. It occurs in Stradivarius cocktails and cordials and nude cocktails and brandies. This is the pressed form of Caprice in the iced tea, 12-ounce footed tumbler iced tea size. Is Cambridge. Okay, are there different handle designs for the oil versus the perfume? My take on the ball jug perfumes are that they are all fairly early, and so they should have the handle that does not connect to the neck. They have the thinner handle. They also did make the oil bottle originally with a handle that does not connect. So this one would be a later one, as would be this one, and probably never took the perfume stopper. Whereas the ones I've seen that I knew actually belonged together, that had a dauber in them, had the handle connected to the body, not to the neck itself. Later, they changed the keyhole stopper to the ball jug, little ball stopper. But my feeling is the perfume should have the early handle. Yes, there are two completely different handles. We did the Lalique. This is a real fine English tumbler, very high quality glass. This has a needle or pantograph etching on it, which was done with a machine and a needle. This is a Tiffin cut juice glass. I can't tell you what the name of the cutting is, but it's Tiffin. This is an absolutely wonderful. This is the same cocktail as we saw, 7801 in Rose Point. This one has a sample room label. It says 7801 cocktail rooster, $27, which would have been a dozen. And this has a very stylized rooster that looks like it has a man's face on it. And there is a man chasing the rooster with a cocktail glass. And there is what looks like a road runner chasing the man. It's very unusual. I mean, I have never seen this cut before. Cambridge did do some very strange cuttings. We have in the museum one that is stalks of corn with ears of corn on it. And we also have one with airplanes on it. I don't know, but this one's got a sample label, which means it was production. A fine little blue whiskey taster, probably European. It's old. We don't know who made these stars with this raise effect on the bottom. I just do not know whether these copied Cambridge or Cambridge copied these, but they are not Cambridge. And they come in a wide variety of colors. It's a really cool lamp. The base part is gold crystal apple blossom. This is very high quality glass. This is lucite. This is lucite. These two are Cambridge pristine ball candle holders. And a lot of lamp companies purchased parts from the glass plants, and this was no bread and butter for them to sell vases with no feet on them to make lamps out of. There's a lot of combinations. This is real cool. I've seen 3 or 4 of these. This is a mirror out of the women's restroom at the plant. Is what this is. And the reason I know is I've got one, and the lady I got it from, she said she stole it out of the plant, out of the restroom the day they closed. This is a rather unusual, and I'm not sure what goes on this, Decagon, what appears to be a mayonnaise liner. It may have had a little compote on it. It's willow blue, it's signed, it has a very fine cutting that is probably not Cambridge, the cutting. We've got a 3116 10-ounce footed tumbler in candlelight cutting. Eddie Griffith out at the LaFleur Glass Company after Cambridge closed did do some candlelight cutting. He did change it dramatically. This is a Federal safety rim goblet, a restaurant goblet, that he has probably cut candlelight on, but the cutting is radically different. The idea is there, but the cutting is radically different. There are 2 versions of this. The first version was designed for the wedding of Betty Orme, who was Marjorie Bennett, was the daughter of A.J., the only daughter, and her daughter, Betty, married an Orme, and this was designed for her wedding, and then it was redesigned for the wedding of the head cutter, Herschel Hancock's granddaughter's wedding. So there are two distinctly different candlelight cuttings. Both good. Both good. This is one of those generic cocktail shakers without the chrome pressure lid. I have no way of proving who made it. You see them in cobalt and black and red a lot. And there's no shape or anything here to pin down. They are not Cambridge. This has that wonderful, wonderful silver on it that I call Simple Simon, but it actually is a waiter and two men in a bar. It does come on Cambridge. That silver does come on Cambridge. This is a wonderful amber Cambridge star candlestick. This is this check? Is that right? It's usually amber and red, and it has what they call a crow's foot optic. It's a little eye with a crow's foot optic all over it. I've not seen this color combination before. Cranberry green. It's usually amber here and red down here. Wonderful, wonderful piece of, I don't know, is there anybody that collects paisley? I don't think you could build a collection of paisley, frankly. A stick butter dish in paisley. And an unusual piece. This is a Cambridge Square oil and vinegar bottle that somebody has bothered to repair on the top. I don't know why. It's not the best thing in the world, frankly. Sorry. I don't usually do that. This is, who knows what this is, pressed Chantilly bowl with a silver foot on it. My educated guess is it is a salad bowl made on contract for a silver company. It is not a mold you see in Cambridge. It looks like one of the old mixing bowl molds is what it looks like. But whatever it is, it's very unusual. I'm sure it was a contract piece. This is some kind of a commercial lens to go in something, and Richie has dug pieces or parts of these at the plant. This is a whole one that Bill Duff brought. It's obviously Bluebell. This is unfortunately damaged, but this is a very, very unusual Marigold Carnival Archfoot Daisy, and what this is the way the berry dish, the 5-inch berry dish, comes out of the mold, and then they flatten and cup it. It's very unusual in Carnival. This is absolutely spectacular. A royal blue japonica plate. We know of one green one and two red ones. And what an odd thing to put japonica on. Wow. This is a rare Cambridge color. It's whatever green. Bill suggested mint green. I think what this is, and any swan collector would like to have it because it's another color, is that it is a crystal swan with not enough manganese in it. And you'll see this in some late pieces of rose point that go slightly greenish yellow. But still, for a swan collector, it's another nice color. This is a piece of flashed marigold with the majestic etching on it, and they've etched after the flashing, so the etching looks crystal. It's kind of a goldenrod, golden showers wannabe. This is a wonderful, wonderful de Vilbus perfume lamp. I don't know how to describe it, but it is, I think it's an enamel spatter inside of the glass. No way to prove who made it. This mold was owned by de Vilbus and was farmed out to Cambridge and Fenton and Imperial and the Czechs and who knows who else. It's made to look like Steuben Cluthra is what they were going after, which is a spattery effect. But it's wonderful nevertheless. There's no way to prove who made the glass. This is a great, great, great picture set that I would take to be Fry, is who I would say made it. I unfortunately don't think it's Cambridge. Fry was doing a lot of crackle the same time Cambridge was. And I think it's a great picture, but I don't think it's the Cambridge picture. Wonderful candlelight, 3900 line 10.5-inch dinner. These are hard to find. Got some great candlelight. The 5-ounce old fashioned with the sham, wonderful. Wow. The early 12-ounce size barrel tumbler, golden crusted candlelight. You see the pictures quite often in gold candlelight, but you don't see the tumblers. And a really great shot glass with no sham in candlelight. That's the first one of these I've seen. That's wonderful. This is a tally-ho twin salad dressing bowl with a variant of Lexington cut on it. It is a Cambridge cut. It probably had an underliner. This is Star City, West Virginia, trumpet line with a gray cutting on it. Very reminiscent of Cambridge. I've seen this cut on Cambridge, but the connection is different and the shape is different. A lot of people made trumpet line stemware. This is a very, very unusual form of pristine in Chantilly vase. This is almost the black Cambridge vase. This is the Northwood one. There are some size differences and differences in the panels. I think this is probably a fairly hard piece of stretch to find. It's called, the color is called Celeste Blue. This is the Saratoga hat in a gorgeous opal, which they called it opal to begin with. This was made when turquoise was made. It's early. This is a Summit reproduction of the shell card holder. First thing you notice is that the feet are not pulled down, and the glass is very heavy and thick. We do not know of the card holders being made in cobalt or Vaseline or pink the way Summit made them. Wonderful, wonderful. Strawberry near-cut compote. The color of the Carnival is incredible. It's sort of a satiny finish. You have to kind of get it out of the light to see the color, and then it's got a what they call radium finish on the inside of it, like Millersburg did. Beautiful heather bloom, tall candlesticks. Wow, pretty. This is a candlestick you hardly ever see. I've seen it once in black. This is a light emerald. I call it the post candlestick. Very hard to find. This is just a ridiculous amber Clio bowl made out of the punch bowl mold. Flip bowl. It's got the big white optic in it. What a wild piece. Carrera doorknobs. Cambridge. Beautiful Cambridge 1242 10-inch vase done in gold Portia. And an equally nice 3400 ball top tumbler. This is a McKee pattern reminiscent of their rock crystal, but it has a different name. It's an intaglio floral pattern. Sometimes these are marked press cut. There is just a little bit of the press cut mark left in the bottom of it. It's McKee. McKee copied Cambridge, and Cambridge copied McKee. They were both national combine companies to begin with, so there's a connection there. Beautiful, beautiful Nautilus vase. This is not cut down. They made these. They're shown in the 3034 catalog. This has a real nice gray cutting on it. Can't tell you if it's Cambridge cutting or not. We've got some rose point here just to show an interesting thing. The typical rose point butter tub base has just a trailing vine on the bottom of it, but this one is just covered with etching. And I had a lot of comment about this. Somebody pulled out the wrong etching plate. One lady that normally did the butter tubs was sick, so another lady did them. She pulled out the wrong pieces of paper. Who knows what happened. Here is one cereal bowl, 3500 line, with 1, 2, 3 medallions on it. And here is a 3400 line one with 6 medallions on it. Not unusual. Here is the berry dish with 1, 2, 3 in 3400 line. But this could come with 6 on it. Very strange thing. This is a really, really rare pristine candlestick. It's rare even plain, but this one's got rose point on the bottom. Very nice. This is a tumbler referred to in the 5758 price list, and it's very strange what they say. They say rose point etching they intimate that the tumbler might have not been made by Cambridge. And these tumblers were made at Federal and then etched at Cambridge. What in the world they were doing buying blanks from Federal and etching rose point on them is beyond me. I mean, it was a glass house. They could make tumblers. So we don't know what caused this, but they did do it. And it's a very odd size. It's a very, very odd size tumbler. Instead of going straight, it tapers in. This is an incredibly rare puff box in rose point. I mean, really, really, really hard to find. What a great piece. And we've got 2 of the 3500 line ashtrays. This one has 5 medallions and a little bit of vining. This one has 6 medallions and tons of vining. So 2 different ladies etched these, and somebody pulled out the wrong part. We have 2 shot glasses done the same way. This is a sham shot glass. This is a non-sham shot glass. And this one has 3 small medallions. This one has 3 large medallions. Just typical Cambridge with the etching. Just absolutely typical.
Perfume set, Lynn.
Perfume, oh yeah. Agra perfume. This is a display unit. We have one of these in the museum for Agra perfumes in a department store. We do have the mold for this. We have the original mold. It belonged to the Agra Perfume Company, but it stayed in the plant. Every one of these daubers says Agra crabapple, Agra wisteria in little tiny engraving on the dauber. Some of them have a little indented hole in here, and that was so if the lady was daubing it on her face in the department store, the perfume wouldn't run down on her finger. It would run into that hole. These, I've only heard of 2 of them. They're very, very, very unusual. 2 more things. We are so pleased to have the most wonderful donation to the museum from the Adamses. A super duper rare shape and size azurite vase to begin with. The shape's very unusual, with the green dragon etching on it. And what a wonderful donation. Wonderful. And this piece was made for a lady that worked at the plant. Crown Tuscan Scotty. It's the only one I've ever heard of. It's great. There's a couple eagles known. They tend to be damaged. And of course, the workers love these. They took them home, used them for doorstops. They really like to use these bookends. Did I miss anything? Thank you all for bringing. If you have to handle it when you come up, be careful. It's somebody else's. Thanks.
Questions?
Thanks. Go ahead.
Lynn, on the champagne that you have here, and you talked about, this one is a non-cut flute stem, and some
Yes.
had the cut flute stem. Was there any reason why they did some one way, one the other? How did they do the cut flute
The cut flute
stem?
was twice as much money. And they had to make a little heavier stock glass to cut the flutes on. These are paper thin compared to the cut flute ones. But it was an extra added expense. You could buy it for more money. Same way you could buy near cut, or you could buy near cut fire polished. Cost about twice as much. Yep.
Stand by.
Lynn, did you happen to, on my collection there, the Delegates pin with a big X picture?
Oh, yeah.
Did you show that to them yet?
This is a delegate's pin to one of the yearly union convention meetings that they would have all over the country. And the little enamel part is their union badge that they all had. And then you got this delegate's pin at the convention, and you could put your union badge in it. We have, I think, 5 different ones of these at the plant. This one features the big X picture, the first piece of glass at Cambridge. And they were held in various places, usually Wheeling, Pittsburgh, or Bel Air. Look at the case in the auditorium at the museum. You'll see 5 different ones of those. Thank you. Thank you.